Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Conqueror Gun Carriage. It's the Tier 10 British SPG and we're located on the southwest spawn of Glacier. And it's under the command of the BassmanFromHell. Yes, you've seen him before, you'll see him again I should think. And in this battle he's taking the Conqueror Orbital Laser Cannon, as some people have come to know it, out for a spin. Now this Arty has a trajectory that almost makes it appear that the shell is coming down from orbit. It's a parabolic shell. 9.2 inch howitzer based on the Conqueror chassis. Never actually got built. Was proposed but never actually got built. So this is the Wargaming's impression of what it might have actually looked like. Moving into position. I've occupied this position myself in the past. Okay, looking for targets and he's looking in the centre straight away and he's now loaded. He's got a long reload on this Arty, but he has got a very big splash as well. First target's a Wizzy 111.5A. He fires around in and wow, that was a direct hit. 288 hit points, 3 critical hits. It actually hit the front of the vehicle. Obviously the toughest armour. Now it's a whole bunch of tanks over on the other side. And the Wizzy 111.5A just took a huge amount of damage, which we've picked up as stun assist. And there's a 705 there at the entrance. Now the carrier is actually occupied by our forces at the moment, so we want to ensure that remains so. And a direct hit wipes out the 111.5A. Brilliant shooting. Now, half the trick with playing Tier 10 Arties is actually knowing which is the best place to lay your shell down to get the most effect from it. Not just for the damage you'll actually do to the tank you're aiming at, but also to stun other opponents as well. And we've got several tanks that are close together, and when that happens you can stun both of them at the same time. We've got an Object 140, an Object 277, and then just over there to the right we've got a T110E4 and an Object 430U operating together. It looks to me like he's been attracted by this Object 705A. He's engaging our Type 5 Heavy at the moment, but he's pulled back behind that rock for Arty cover. And for cover from the Type 5, we fire a round in and, well, it's a near miss. Near miss of 297 hit points, but the Type 5 unfortunately came into that 277 and that's the end of him. Scores are even at the moment. Now there is an enemy on the perimeter road. Last seen it was an E50M and an Object 907. We're dialing in on that spot. Oh, but changed our mind. No, we've used our right hand mouse button to maintain our aim whilst looking elsewhere. You can do that, and he's fired a round in. There's lots of enemies together there. Look at that! He hit 3 enemies simultaneously. He got an E50M, an Object 907 and an Object 140. So that was a very good shot, that. Maximum efficiency, firing at multiple enemies all at the same time, using the splash of the Conqueror Gun Carriage, that 9.2 inch howitzer, to damage the enemy. And look at them, they're all pulling back now. There's only the E50M that's decided to remain there, firing at our Object 430U. We're lining up on the E50 and rounds out. And we splashed him to death. 203 hit points. The others were wise to pull away. Actually, it was probably the right thing to do, because if they had stayed, they might have died with the E50 at the same time. But it looks like one of the enemy, the 277, has gone up on top of the carrier. And yeah, he's in the channel going up there, so nothing we can do about that now. But it looks like our 230U has been wiped out. What's it for 230U? The 430U actually came down from the carrier. So, and it looks like that tank, the 277, was wiped out by our E50M. And the gorilla has now conquered the last enemy in the northwest corner of the map. And that means now that we can concentrate our attention on the middle. And we just got the object 140. So we're now 2 tanks ahead. We've got T110E4 in the centre. An object 705 in the channel. And over to the east we've got this object 430U. Trying to look for the enemy. Oh, was that was their Death Star going down, taken out by our T110E4. So there are still some enemy out there, quite a number of them actually, and the 907 just took a splash hit for 548 hit points. He was one of the bunch that was actually hit when we fired that initial round in that took out or damaged 4 tanks or 3 tanks simultaneously. But he is putting up a fight even though he's stunned. Yep, he's still putting holes in our object 140. But we're almost ready to shoot. We've got a 38-second reload. BassmanFromHell's not using any premium consumables, which is why the reload is slightly longer. But he probably does have a Brothers in Arms crew and a rammer. He's fired that round in on 907. Oh, direct hit!
Vehicle destroyed.
Right on top of him. Wiped him out for 177 hit points. That brings up his 4th kill. So he's had a pretty good battle because he's leading the number of kills on this game so far. There is only 5 enemies remaining. We lost the gorilla in the northwest corner. He was taken out by the defenders. There are 2 gorillas on the enemy team, a T110E4, an Object 140, and 1 Arty, which is a GWE100. That's the German Tier 10. Now the thing about the Conqueror Gun Carriage is it does have a fairly short range. So if Bassman's going to have a shot at the enemy in the northeast corner, he's going to need to get closer. So he's actually just moved into the cap area to start with, and he can have a shot at this gorilla. Trying to work out where it's going to go next. It's stopped and it's backing away, but he's wondering if it's going to move forward. He fired the round in as it was moving. No, it looks like it probably moved out of the blast area before the shell landed. That little shell hit, fell short and hit the rocks instead. But we can see where the enemy gorillas are, and we've got one of them. And we've just killed the other one, so it is now just down to 3 opponents, and there's the GWE100. We're not loaded, but we will be shortly. But Bassman's decided not to go after the GWE100. He's probably going to attack the T110. No, he doesn't need to. It's been killed. And there is only 1 enemy remaining, the Object 140. And I'm pretty sure that he's somewhere in the northeast corner. There he is. He's been spotted. Lining up a shot. Rounds out. Should be a splash kill. Yes, he got it.
Enemy armor destroyed.
26 hit points. And that wins the battle. So, a pretty easy victory. Well, I don't think it's easy. I think it was down to skill. And you can see that here. He's got a first-class tanker in this battle. And that's the first time he's got a first-class tanker with the Conqueror Gun Carriage. He also picked up a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 5. A bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 13. No other medals, but he did get a win 8 of 2992 for that battle. So, let's have a look at the team score. Well, he got the highest damage overall in... No, that didn't go to him. That went to the 705. The Object 705 got it. But it appears that for some reason he didn't pick up the high caliber because, well, there's no team damage there. So it may be it wasn't 20% of the enemy hit points, and that's why he didn't get it. No, he actually came 4th on damage. 2,968 hit points on his own team. The highest scorer was the Object 705, 4,751. Then came the Gorilla 15 with 3,971. And then after that came the 50M with 3,792. The enemy did have some high-scoring players. Their Death Star managed to get 3,476. And their Object 705, 3,357. When it came to kills, though, it was definitely the Bassman from Hell. He managed to get 5 kills. The Gorilla managed 4. Nobody else managed to get as high as that. The other ones was the Object 705 with 2, and everybody else had only 1 kill apiece or no kills. When it came to base XP, it was the Object 705 who got the highest amount, 1021. Then came the Gorilla with 975. Then the E50M with 971. And then the Bassman from Hell with 959. But it was still a very good game. And of course, that was worth a first-class tanker. It's likely the 705 managed to get an ace tanker off that 1021. So let's have a look at the detailed report. Well, he only got the time to fire 10 shots because it's got such a long reload, the Conqueror Gun Carriage. But he did use them very effectively because he got 4 direct hits, 4 penetrations and 7 splash. Damage of 2,968 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. He hit 6 of the enemy, he killed 5 of them, and he also did 2,174 hit points of stun assistance, and a large amount of that was right at the start of the battle off that Wizzy 111.5A, because he took some pretty astonishingly big hits to yield most of his hit points in stun assistance, and he caused 6 stuns to get that stun assistance. On a premium account, he earned 58,295 credits, and he had a personal reserves bonus for 50% running at the same time, so he picked up another 29,147 credits, and you'd be quite happy with that score from just one winning battle on your own if you're an Arty. But to get it as well as the 58,000 brought up a total of 87,442. That's the sort of score you would expect if you were in a premium vehicle and had done extremely well during the battle. After ammunition resupply, and remember this ammo is not cheap, it's 2,450 credits a round. So he did fire 10 rounds, and even after firing all those rounds, he still had 62,942 credits left over to take away. He earned 10 credits for playing in the battle because it was tier 10. And he also picked up 1,438 XP, times 2 for the first victory of the day, took away 2,877 experience points altogether. So, yep, it was easy to him. It looks like an easy battle, but I can detect a lot of skill in the way he played it. He did play it extremely well. And he also held his cool, looked around just to see if there was any other targets that he could fire at, whilst continuing his aim at some of the others, using his right-hand mouse button. That was a very clever move, just to check and see, was there a better target? No, and he fired it in and got 3 tanks with 1 shot. So well played there, Bassman from Hell. Nice battle. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.